Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about our trip out to Erdenet and seeing the Naadam Opening Ceremony, as well as our other trip out to the countryside. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Most people who've heard about Mongolia have heard about Ulaanbaatar, the capital city, but not many people have heard about Erdenet. Erdenet is Mongolia's second largest city and is located west of the capital city, Ulaanbaatar. This city was formed back in the 1970s around a copper mine. The copper mine in Erdenet is the largest in Asia. This mine has been known to produce about 22 million tons of copper annually, and it is one of the large sources of revenue for Mongolia. It's about 13% of the GDP and provides about 7% of tax revenue. Much like in Ulaanbaatar, Erdenet is expanding. There are a lot of constructions going on, new buildings, new homes, and some of these new homes you see out here actually resembles Western style homes. One of the interesting things I found is that many Mongolian families have two homes. There's the standard homes that are going to be in the buildings we see here, as well as their summer homes. And the summer homes tend to be in the countryside. Some can be a little bit further out, but some are not too far out. And these country homes do have access to power as well as water. The summer homes are used mainly during the warmer months, which can be from middle of June to about middle of September. Some people use them a little bit earlier and a little bit later in the season, but that all depends on how the weather is that year. Mongolian winters can be very cold, and it's known that the temperatures can get down to minus 40 degrees. And if you check the charts, minus 40 is the same temperature at Celsius or Fahrenheit. Further out west, there are ice formations that lingers pretty much all throughout the year. And I hear it's a wonderful sight to see, but I've not yet made it that far out, so I'll have to take the word for it, and maybe one day I'll actually be brave enough to venture out there and see it for myself. Naadam is Mongolia's national holiday, and the country pretty much shuts down for an entire week while everyone goes out to the countryside to take a break and attend the sporting events that are taking place. There are three main sporting events that happen. That includes archery, horse racing, and wrestling. Now, there's a bit of history that I've heard about the wrestling, which explains the reason why the costumes look the way they do. Years ago, a woman infiltrated the event and beat all the men. So now, in order to get started, you have to enter the event bare-chested. And as you can see from the costumes, it's designed in such a way that the chest area is fully open, which prevents women from infiltrating these events at any point in the future. During the opening ceremony, there are actually quite a few performances that are taking place before the events get started. I have to say, I did not get an opportunity to see most of the events, but here's some videos of what I captured while I was at the event.
дорды ихби анд болгож гадалды хөрлүүлсэн аян жинд ханга гавихби амин гисэж гадалж суусан үрдийн барилдаг эвэн нөхөрлийн үнсэн гадын дэргэжээс
Үнний хилэнгийн дөрөвдөр төгшүүрийн харамд битгэдэг.
While I would have loved to be able to experience some of these other events, one of the things that's been happening with me in all my trips, actually, when I come to Mongolia, is that I tend to get sick. The temperature can change rapidly. We've all heard the saying that in some places you can experience all 4 seasons in one day. That is very true in Mongolia. And one of the things I'll advise anyone that's coming to Mongolia, wear thermals. Bring thermals or buy some because you're going to need it. It could be 90 degrees outside, and that's not normal, but this year actually got around to 90 degrees a few times. And then it drops in the evening. Once it got cloudy, it started to rain, and yep, I got caught in the rain, so I got sick. So there's that. So I have to apologize for not having any pictures and videos of any of the horse racing events, but I did manage to capture some of the archery that was going on around the stadium where the opening event was held. So earlier I mentioned Mongolians having 2 homes. Well, I did have an opportunity to go out and spend some time at my in-laws' summer home. There are more hills and valleys out here, and one of the things I love about being in the countryside is the opportunity to climb some of these hills and take in the view for myself. The view of the wide open, pristine places here in Mongolia is just fantastic. It is something that you must experience for yourself. I love climbing the hills so I can get up there and actually photograph or do a video of the wide open spaces here in Mongolia. It's quite a sight to see, and I'll say as one of the last untouched places in the world, I would highly recommend that you come out here. Oh, but as I mentioned earlier on, bring some thermals. We had an opportunity to go out to the countryside to visit my wife's sister-in-law. She has a farm out there in Khovsgol area, and again, being out in wide open spaces is just fantastic. You're gonna see from the videos we're driving along, all the little black and white dots you see further out there on the hillside, those are actually sheep and goats. Out here in Mongolia, there are more animals than actual people. So while Ulaanbaatar may seem a bit congested, once you get in the countryside, you will have a family of, maybe 4 or 5 people and hundreds of goats, sheep, horses, and cows. Along the way, I call it traffic jams because you have so many times that you have to stop because the goats and the sheep are crossing the roads. Yes, you'll see times when there are horses that are running on the side of the road, and sometimes they just decide that it's time to cross and they go scampering across the road. Some are just hanging out by the road, then see the car coming, and they saunter around to the road just so they can, check you out, I guess. Driving out here on the highway, it is a highway. It's a 2-lane highway. You come across another vehicle probably every few minutes or so. And that's a few minutes, it might be like every half an hour. So there are not many vehicles that are traveling these roads. You will encounter the occasional traffic agent, which is typically either going to be horses or cows just sleeping in the road, and I guess they just try to get you to slow down. Compared to the kind of life that I had before, you get stuck in traffic going to work or going on trips. This is the only kind of traffic that we encounter out here. Thanks for watching the video. Please come back for the second part when we visit with our family out in the Khovsgol farm. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.